Why, aren't you a clever little cookie? You've just landed on a video that's going to help you save time and money and help you create a better Etsy shop. Why? Well, because today I'm going to be running through a couple of the no-nos I made in my Etsy shop when I first started, so you don't make those same mistakes. Hi, my name's Alicia and I'm here to help you turn what you love into what you sell and create a profitable business online. So when I first started my Etsy shop, honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. Heck, if I look back at it now, I actually made a few key mistakes and errors that if I had known about it then, perhaps I would see success sooner in my Etsy shop. But hey, at least I got started, right? And if I never got started, I wouldn't have over 100 sales in my Etsy shop now. And I guess that's what this video is all about. It's about taking the mistakes and those little stumbles that I made when I first started my Etsy shop and then letting you know about ways you can fix it or avoid it. Because I'm all about taking those steps forward. You know, small steps every day will help you yield great results. Okay, so ready to find out what these big 5 mistakes were that I made in my Etsy shop? Okay, so let's start off with mistake number 1. So the very first mistake that I made in my Etsy shop was not having a decent amount of listings when I first opened. Ah yes, this one's a beauty. So when I first opened up my Etsy shop, Penny Street Studio, I only had one product. Yeah, one. And when I went ahead and opened up the test shop for the 30 Days of Etsy series, I didn't have any products ready to go. I tried to open up an Etsy shop without any. And if you've tried to open up an Etsy shop before, you know that you can't get very far without having listing at least one product. Now, this is a bit of a no-no for when you're starting your Etsy shop, and there's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, Etsy actually gives you an SEO boost when you have lots of listings in your shop. Now, I think I read that they prefer around 40 listings. So having a minimum of 10, I guess, is a good start, and then you can build up from there. Secondly, I guess it makes sense. This kind of goes with the SEO boost, and that is because the more listings that you have and the more products that you have, the more that you're likely to show up in search. And this is because you've got your keywords in your titles, your tags, and your product descriptions. So when people are searching for what you have, your items are likely going to show up. So I guess this is a way to get that momentum quickly in your Etsy shop. So what's the fix here? So what you want to do is, before you even think about signing up for your Etsy shop, try to have and work towards having 10 items ready to go. So along with this, you want to have a general idea of what the titles are going to be and a brief product description. Now, don't worry about things like tags and attributes and things like that. That can all be sorted out later. But as long as you have a base set up, so you've got your products ready to go and you've got your product images, your titles and your descriptions ready to go, and of course, you know how much you want to charge. As long as you've got these ready to go for at least 10 items, that's actually a really good start. So the second mistake that I made in my Etsy shop was actually copying and pasting everything from an old listing to a new listing. Now, Etsy are super cheeky. They make it really, really easy for us to just duplicate any product items that we have in our Etsy shop, right? And I guess this is great for them. It means that, you know, they get that listing fee really quickly and easily. But for us, it's not so good. And the reason why this isn't good for Etsy sellers is because essentially you're copying all the titles, the tags, and descriptions of products you already have in your shop. So you can imagine if you have a single product and you are basing all of your new listings on the exact information that you've got for that single product. So let's say you have 10 or 20 items that have the same titles, tags, and descriptions. Well, then essentially when you are trying to rank higher for your SEO, you are competing with yourself, right? So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be trying to rank for the keywords that you're already using. And I totally get it. For the very first products that you upload into your Etsy shop, you know, you've spent so much time researching the titles, the tags, the keywords that you're going to use in the listings. And it's just so easy to just copy exactly what you've already done. But I encourage you not to do so because you want to get your products ranking as high as possible. So what's the fix here? Well, I would encourage you to use my SEO research and keyword planner tool. It's a spreadsheet that helps you generate your titles, your product description, and your tags for every product that you list on Etsy. And I would encourage you to get into the habit of using this every single time you create a new product. Now, if you haven't heard of my handy SEO spreadsheet before, go back to the 30 Days of Etsy series. I have actually created a playlist. It goes through the basics of Etsy SEO, and it also has a link within the video where you can actually download this spreadsheet, and the videos obviously explain how you can use the spreadsheet for your own Etsy shop. So yeah, go ahead and check that one out. I'll leave a link to the playlist just above here and also in the description box below. Now, the third mistake that I made in my Etsy shop was not optimizing my Etsy shop banner. For so long, I just had a standard looking Etsy banner. It just had a picture of a flat lay and then my logo, and it wasn't optimized to actually generate more sales in my Etsy shop. I really didn't put too much thought into it. I just thought I'd just quickly whip something up and then upload it into my Etsy shop, so at least it was a little bit on brand. But what I've recently discovered is that the Etsy shop banner is actually valuable real estate. And what do I mean by this? Well, you can actually use the banner as sort of like a mini advertising platform. If you have a look at my own Etsy shop, Penny Street Studio, you'll see in my banner, I've actually got a CTA, a call to action that is directing people to sign up for my email list. So what's the fix here? Well, for your own Etsy shop, I encourage you to just have a look at your banner at the moment. What can you do, or what can you add to your Etsy shop banner to direct people in your Etsy shop, so browsers and shoppers, on what they can do next to really get them to make a purchase? Do you want them to sign up for your email list? Well, why not add a little bit of information that tells them where they can go to sign up for your email list to maybe get a coupon code? Are you running a special promotion at the moment? Well, maybe you can write a little bit of information about a code or a 2-for-1 discount that you've created. You could use this space to highlight your best feedback and your 5-star reviews. Now, if you need help creating your Etsy shop banner, there's a video within the 30 Days of Etsy series that runs through how to create this using Canva. It's really, really quite simple. I'll leave a link to that video in the description box below so you can go check it out. So mistake number 4 is that I wasn't using all the Etsy listing images that they have available. So Etsy have about 10 spots where you can add your Etsy images. When I first started my Etsy shop and uploaded my first listing, I think I was only using about 4 of those spots. I guess when it comes to creating Etsy images, specifically for digital products, it can sometimes be a bit hard to come up with ideas of the types of images that you can put into your Etsy listing. But after doing a little bit of research and getting information from a couple of other Etsy pros, I quickly realized that you don't actually have to have images of the actual products themselves. You can utilize these spaces for just so much more than just the product itself. So what's the fix here? Well, why not come up with a list of different ways that you can show off your products? If you've got a physical product, why not incorporate maybe graphic images that have text overlays that give the benefits and the features of your products themselves? So you could do something similar to what I've done in my own Etsy shop. I've got information that lists out what's included, how to use the products. I give mock-up images. I've even got images where I'm actively promoting for people to sign up for my email list. I encourage you to go over to my own Etsy shop, Penny Street Studio, and check out what I've done and use this as inspiration for your own product listing images. Okay, so that brings us to the very last mistake, and that's mistake number 5. And I gotta say, this is probably the most important one you wanna take note of today. So the mistake that I made in my Etsy shop from the very beginning was that I was optimizing my shop and my product listings for robots and not humans. Now, I know that I harp on about making sure that your Etsy shop is optimized with the right SEO practices, making sure your titles, your tags, and descriptions are all on point. And yes, this is really, really important. But you could spend hours upon hours upon hours getting this all on point and then getting the customers to your shop, but there's no guarantee that they're actually gonna make a purchase. You know the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink? Well, this is very similar. Sometimes we spend so much time focusing on how to get more traffic and more sales that we kind of forget about the customer, the actual human being who is going to make a purchase in your Etsy shop. So when I first started my Etsy shop, I was concentrating so much about trying to get all that traffic. But what I wasn't concentrating on is that when I did get the traffic, is then converting them into making a purchase. So what was I doing wrong here? Why weren't people that were coming to my Etsy shop converting into sales? Well, I guess you could say that I wasn't really concentrating on the customer experience, the human being on the other end. The product descriptions, the first couple of lines in them were just a copy and paste of the title. And then don't even get me started on the title. They were just a mashup of words that didn't really even make any sense. And then I didn't take any note or care into the actual product descriptions. I wasn't making sure that, as a human reading it, that it would sound right and, be informative for the customer. I really wasn't optimizing my images to make sure that, it was giving the best information about my products. So you could say that I really wasn't thinking about the end user. I wasn't thinking about a shopper or a browser that may come across the product listing and then, make a decision based on the information that I was providing. So what can you do to fix this? Well, you can add your own personality, your own special quirkiness into your product listing descriptions and in the branding of your Etsy shop. By having a cohesive brand and color scheme that goes along with your entire Etsy shop and your product listings, you're creating a better overall experience for your potential customers. So say for example, you sell enamel pins and they've got like cheeky quotes on them, something like that. Well, why not add a little bit of edginess and cheekiness within the product descriptions, within, graphics, within the Etsy listing images? Why not add a cheeky quote or something in your branding, in your banner? Because that way, when your dream customer lands on your Etsy shop or lands on your product images, they automatically feel drawn to it. It's got that human element rather than just like, a listing of products without any branding or any personality or flair. The likelihood of somebody falling in love with that product is very low. So just ask yourself, if my dream customer was to land on my shop or one of my product listings, are they going to be attracted to it? Are they going to think, yes, this product is made for me? That's what you want your customers to think. So this is a way to make sure that you're incorporating that human element rather than just optimizing everything for robots. Okay, so there we go. That's the 5 mistakes that I made in my own Etsy shop, and then ways that you can fix them or avoid them so that you can get success in your Etsy shop too. Now, don't forget to go check out the Etsy SEO Basics playlist. I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can go check that one out. And also don't forget to add a little bit of your own personality into everything you do with your Etsy shop. It really will make the difference. Okay, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.